Hey everyone, this is Kim. Today I planned to present on gamification, but unfortunately my son is sick and I think I'm sick too, so it's probably good I'm not there. But I wanted to make sure you got the gist of what I was going to present today, so I made a Powtoon. Hopefully you got to see the intro video on creating the stairs into piano keys to see if people would use the stairs more than the escalator. That's a form of gamification. The biggest thing with gamification is it's not just giving the kids games and saying, go ahead, go for it. It's very different than just playing for fun or entertainment. There's a focus in it. It motivates and engages just like a game, but there's different rewards as an outcome. This game-based motivational theory plays on your loves for rewards, especially unpredictable ones, the wish to socialize, loss aversion, and love for competition and storytelling, which I love competition, which is probably why I love gamification in the classroom. Some examples of how the world gamifies us is grocery store MVP cards, our Virgin Pulse app. I know I wouldn't go on a run if I wasn't getting paid for it. No, I'm just kidding. Cashier leaderboards at Walmart and Starbucks rewards. When you buy a Starbucks, you get. So we're doing some really cool gamifying at Corporate Landing Middle, and I wanted to share some of the ideas with you. And if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email because there's so many different ways you can gamify your classroom. Besides obvious examples like the math-based and IXL leaderboard that gets kids motivated to try harder and get engaged in the work, we also have been having the students make class goals collectively, not just independently, and they pick their reward if they meet their class goal. We had one class that met their goal in Math 8. Their goal was to get an 80% average. They got an 85% average on Unit 1, and they got to pie their teachers, which they were super into. Also, when students take their assessments, they can enter different rankings based on how they scored. So if students scored basic, they would be a pilot in training. If they were proficient, they would be co-pilots. And if they were advanced proficient, they would be Top Gun, and they get to choose their seat and have flexible seating if they reach the Top Gun status. Probably one of my favorite ways to see gamification is teachers display their colleagues' averages and pass rates on their board, as well as some of our district comparable schools data on the board, so we can compare. It gets super competitive, not only within our school, but within the district with how we do on our assessments. One way we use gamification for remediation is the kids can go in, identify the SOLs of weakness, highlight that area, and only work on content in that specific SOL to earn points back on their assessment. And that really helps motivate the kids because they're not having to do every SOL again. A simple way to get the kids motivated is to replace a worksheet with a flippity. This is a very simple example of gamification. You can put equation examples in these flippities. They're extremely easy to make. If the kids get them right, it unlocks the lock. Somehow that just engages them big time. I've heard from a lot of teachers they have trouble getting kids to complete notes or even finish the work in class because they're so distracted. Having a game set up for afterwards, such as xpmath.com, and having kids compete when they finish their work is another way to gamify your classroom and get the kids engaged. Most recently, in an Advanced Math 7 class, we had the opportunity to flip a paper study guide into a game of grudge ball. If you Google grudge ball, it's very engaging for the students. Those students ended up scoring about 9% higher than any of the other classes on the hallway, and I think it was because of that final review, how engaging it was. So hopefully you're not sick of hearing my voice, but if you are, you can email me if you have any questions, and I will not send you a voice recording. I think gamification is the all-time level of engagement for your kiddos. I think they'll love it. You'll stop hearing complaints about doing math, and they'll really love it and get engaged into the work.